sometimes I feel like I do get that feeling.
Again, music like jazz. So like yo-yo.
And the gallery's just the great joy of my life, to tell you the truth, since I started it.
Where do we find artists?
I basically scour the universe. I'm always looking for artists. Last night I was at Epernay restaurant and drinking some wine, and the waitress comes up and said, we're talking about ourselves, and she said, "Oh, I'm an artist." She pulls her iPhone out and shows me these amazing photographs that I totally loved. And then other people I found on the internet, other galleries, they come here. I mean, it's just every way. I try not to be that formal with submissions, because I really don't want to put a barrier to younger artists or, artists that may not have all the resources to submit art. So, however they get it to me is fine with me. This show is a printmaking show, primarily, although we do have the altered bookmaker, but it's kind of working on the theme of print. We have 4 artists. 3 of them are printmakers. We have Jermaine from Norwalk. We have Will Corprew, who's from Bridgeport. Liz Squillace, and we have Jane Lubin from Westport, who does the altered books. So this piece over here, these are both by Liz Squillace. And she does silk screen on fabric, generally. There's a couple that are on painted canvas, but these 2 are clearly political statements that she's making. This one is called Shopping with Bombs. It's a homeless person with a basket, full of bombs and other, destructive instruments. And this is the White House. And I actually saw a piece of this on black fabric, but it really works a lot better on the camera, I think. Makes a better statement. And these are kind of divergence from some of her other work, we'll say. This piece here is by Jermaine, and this is actually the piece I saw when I sort of really fell in love with his work. It's called Rock Crusher, and to me, a lot of his work kind of speaks to cultural saturation, and all these images we're being bombarded with, and kind of a mix of art and then advertising, and he's got Hummers for feet, and he's just this big, strong character, holding a piece of. It really is just this whole saturated mix of culture and then just this great figure. This one I really love. This is another work of Jermaine's called Easy Rider, which is visually beautiful, I think, and uses the color. This is a hand-colored transfer print, and this is a really nice image in the way that the sort of graffiti is kind of following him. It's kind of a peaceful, to me, work. It has sort of a peaceful feel and a nice composition. And this is moving on to Liz Squillace again, this is more in keeping with what Liz is more known for with her silk screening, although she also paints. But she takes very ornate and delicate fabrics, and then she imposes these sort of urban scenes, and they kind of talk to each other, and they often sort of complement each other, I think. Sort of the starkness takes away from the overly floweriness and vice versa. And this is another one. This is on painted canvas by Liz. It's birds on wire, and it just sort of shows the image in a nice, strong, and clear way. This one is a Jermaine. Again, this is called iPod Devil, and I like the nature of sort of a Japanese woodblock print that's in there with the waves. But then it's definitely making a statement about the music industry and who's making the money from it, and it works well, I think. And another Liz Spalaci. This is called Power Lines on Toile, and she really works well with this toile fabric. She does a lot of pieces with different variations on it, and I think that it's just sort of a nice play between the urban images. She definitely has a thing for power lines. We have a couple more of her works. This is on a silk embroidery here, and this is the birds, but then placed on a different kind of fabric, which I think is interesting to see, kind of the difference between this and then the birds shown in this real stark way. It kind of shows how this same image plays differently when it's placed on a different fabric, which is really what her work is about. Another Jermaine, it's called Sister Love, and colored transfer print of two girls, you know, helping each other with their hair, kind of an intimate image, and then, you know, kind of with this graffiti treatment to it, it just gives it a nice, it's kind of an intimate piece, I think. The Sister Love kind of really speaks to it. And then over here, this is William Corpru's work. We have a better shot probably back there. These are digital, hand-colored digital prints. So he's doing, you know, the collage work digitally, and then he's coming in and coloring and painting over them. And he's got a very, very unique style that really, it doesn't really, it's all his own. It's very, I haven't seen anything like it, but it's again, to me, kind of speaks about culture and all the images. These are very spiritual. I think he's more speaking to spirituality, but mixing very popular culture images with spirituality, which I think is pretty interesting. And this is our postcard piece for Jermaine called Jazz Addict. And it's pretty straightforward, but I think his use of color is really nice. And you know, there's the birdland symbol. It's just something that I think is it works well, and it's people really respond to this piece. I've had a lot of people asking me about it.
If I get the feeling we are being watched, if I get the feeling we are being taught, same old, same old, same old, same old, that we've already known.
I see artists all the time on the FDR. There's really some good stuff. I think I have photos in my phone of like some people he made with forks for hair and all the crazy garbage.
Something different, immediate, out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
And, you know, for that moment, it's cool.
Right.
You can make a decision how you feel about it later.